Hey besties! We're in the sunroom today because I'm getting lovely spring weather and there's full sunshine and it's so pretty. I'm loving it. Oh, wow, that's quite the do. Well, that's okay because you're not going to be looking at me anyways. I'm in a mood today, so I have my blending board out. I have a basket full of random fibers and I have a bag full of random add-ins, sparkles and silks and stuff. And I'm just going to make some Rolags just because I'm in the mood to do it. So I will put you on time lapse and I'm going to make up a bunch of Rolags. And maybe after that we'll spin some and, you know, do some sampling and stuff. But this is kind of my mood, so this is what we're going with. I'll just adjust the camera and let's get spinning. We're not spinning, and let's get making some Rolags. Okay, so I have a bunch of Rolags to spin. So these ones are mostly orange. I tried to stick to colors that I don't normally spin. So these ones have a nice orange base. And there's Fulgora, Rambouillet, some sparkle, odds and sods in there. And then in this pile, I stuck with the pink base. I added some silk hankies that I cut up and some of the sparkle. The one I really loved, I can't remember the name, Dusk, that's it. Then these are some Rambouillet, Fulgora, sparkly merino, and I just kind of blended up a bunch. So I'll probably do these in one, the ones with the blue in it. Probably do them as one single and then these as another single and apply them together. But we are just gonna start spinning and see what we end up with. So let's start with the orange ones, which I actually did the night before I started filming this video. So here's how it looks. It's got sparkle and silk and Fulgora, and it's so soft. And merino, it's got the really bright yellow merino in there. And I think this one is going to be so colorful. So I'm just pre-drafting out the Rolag. Okay. So this one wasn't even very thick, but my blending board is quite big. So we do have a fair bit of fiber to spin. So let's get our wheels set up. Drag it over a little closer. Okay. Now I have a crochet project in mind for this. So it's going to be spun as Plying or spun counterclockwise, ply clockwise, whichever you prefer. So we'll get this going. Charge a leader. Adjust our uptake a little bit. All right. So I am using a woolen prep. That's the cats running around. But I am spinning it worsted. So because it's a woolen prep, it's not going to be like the perfect single, but I like textures, so we know how that goes. I don't really try. I mean, you could put in a lot of effort, but what's the point of starting with a woolen prep if you're just going to take all the character and life out of it? All right, maybe I'll do a woolen draft. Okay, I think I need to add a little more twist. Let's have a look. Yeah, definitely need a little more twist. You can see how soft it is. Once you apply it back, it loses a lot of that twist. So I'm going to increase or decrease my whirl size. That's going to increase the TPI, yeah, twist per inch. All right, and then I'm going to go for a more woolen draw. Oh yeah, that feels good. And sometimes that's how I spin. I just go with what feels good. The yarn will tell you what it wants to do. Now my supported long draw is only going as far as my shoulder because I don't want to overextend my reach and hurt my back. And it works just as well. Wow, this is bright. Look at how pretty that is, though. Very, very bright. All right, I'm going to keep spinning. I might do this sideways, though, so let me show you what I mean by doing this sideways. I'll just push you back a bit. Okay. facing the wrong way though. I usually do this with my right foot. Okay, let me see. I used to be able to do this. There we go. Ah, you bugger. I gotta get that one treadle feel back again. There we go. Haven't done it in so long. When you're spinning with a single treadle, there's a pause at the top where you got to catch it at just the right moment to push it over. Because if you do it too soon, you're going to reverse your treadle. And I haven't done it in so long, but there's that magic spot right at the top of the treadle where you kind of have to let it drift over that and then come down. And drift over that and then come down. Now, the difference between a double treadle and the single treadle is the height on the treadle on a double is a lot shorter, and it's much harder to hit that magic spot than it is on a single treadle. And having spun with both, yes. But I just prefer the double treadle. It's just my thing. Although I do want to get another single treadle wheel, so as you can see, I've lost my knack, so I'd like to get it back, but my primary wheel is always going to have double treadles. Boy, do I ever look like Fatty Farmer. I promise. The shirt is making it look worse. Let's pull you a little closer and we'll do one more twist check and see how we like it. That's better. Still a little light though. Okay. So to put more twist in now, I have a couple of options. I can be slower putting it on the wheel, but I still have one more whirl. So I'm going to take it a little farther. Because I know me, I know I can keep my treadle speed consistent. I can keep my draw and my feet onto the wheel fairly consistent without thinking about it. So I will adjust this first. Okay, we're hitting the end of our first roll leg. So let's check and see how our twist is doing now. All right, and spring. Yeah, it's not bad. I am doing a woolen prep, so it is going to be fuzzy. But I will probably slow down on feeding it onto the wheel to see if I can get just a bit more twist in there. So the spinning is done. You'll see that I took the time to look at my 4 bobbins of spun Rolags and try to decide how to put them together. And in the end, I decided to do the purpley pink with the bluey green brown. And this is how it came out. And I'm actually really, really happy with how that turned out. This part here is just chain plied of the blue Rolags. I had more of that than I did of the purpley pink. But I really like how that turned out. And then I took the brown one and I mixed it with the orange one. And I love how that looks too. Apparently I made the choices that I like. Again, this is just the chain plied of the leftover of the orangey yellow Rolags. But the rest of it has got this, like the brown tones down the orange and yellow a bit and just makes it so pretty. So now I'm going to do up some samples with this one and with this one, and we'll see how they look when they're knit into a swatch. Well, knit and crocheted into swatches, because I'm curious. I think they're going to be really pretty, but sometimes it can be hard to tell, especially when you're dealing with chaos like this. But I think it's so pretty. I think it's going to look really cool. So I'm going to go work up swatches and I'll get back with you when they're ready. And our samples are all done. So let's have a look at this one first. So here we go. We have our crochet into the knit. Then I did some snake stitch, garter stitch. I know. I just always remember it as snake stitch. And then I just went back to knit and cast it off. So you can see how, especially in the knit, the colors of the blue strand stand out sharply against the pinky purple one. So we end up getting these stripes, like soft stripes in the mottled colorway, which I kind of dig. And I think like from a distance, you get an overall more tonal effect, but up close, you can see those various colors. And I really kind of like it. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And I do have it still attached to the skein of yarn because I'm going to unwind the swatch. So I have that yarn to use. Although I've been debating making the same size swatches all the time and then maybe like stitching them together into a blanket or something. That might be fun, but I'm not willing to commit to that yet. So hence the swatches that can be pulled out. And then here is the orange yellow and then the brown. Now that orange is the fluorescent one. So under a black light, it will fluoresce. But you can see how from a distance, you get that smoother all over tonal effect. And then as it comes closer, you can start to see the individual colors. So here is the first crochet part. And you can see how the color pools differently than it does with the knit, which is this portion right here. So I did some stockinette, then did some snake, and then some more stockinette. Yes, I will forever call it snake stitch. It's really the only way I can remember is a garter snake. It works for me. It's the Canadian in me coming out, I guess. And then I just did a couple of more rows of crochet before I cast, well, just sort of tied it off so that I can reuse it. So there's our second sample. And again, I'm very pleased with it. I love these little pools of the darker colors. I love the texture of the Rolag spin. I love how the colors all came together. And overall, I am very pleased, and I had a great deal of fun doing these. So this is your encouragement to just pull out whatever scraps you have. If you have a blending board, make some Rolags, spin them up, randomly pair pieces together like I did. Because this was like a brown and an orange. This was a purpley pink and a blue. And I think they worked out great. This one I like better, I think. But I like them both. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little chaotic adventure into Rolag spinning and plying random colors. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye!